just, it's been good so far.
Yeah, and the one thing I'm always intrigued by when we do interviews and talking to people like yourself that have started, how did you how did you learn or know what to bid? Because that's one of the challenges for a lot of people who are like, it might take me an hour. I bill it at $50, okay, or and then they find out, oh well, actually this took me 3 hours. Or
Yeah.
what was your learning curve? How did you go about learning that?
I did a lot of research, but since when I started the business, I started off doing the accounts myself. And so there were different sizes, and I kind of got a general idea what it would take,
Yeah.
based on bathrooms and things like that. I haven't actually done the work. I had a pretty good idea. And I looked at, the basic hours for square footage and things like that. Um, I belonged to a couple sites that gave you good information on how to bid. I followed that.
Okay.
Um, but I don't think I'd have been as successful as I did if I wasn't actually doing the cleaning to start off, which I don't do much of that anymore, but I do have a good concept about how long it takes to clean. And I think that's helped me a lot.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. If you're actually doing it and stuff, you probably made maybe a few mistakes at first,
Oh,
recognizing
sure.
that I should,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. I
But
certainly did.
yeah.
Yep.
Um, so as you've slowly gone from one customer to another customer, it sounds like you got a lot of word of mouth, a lot of referrals. Um, what are you doing? What are you doing now? From let's talk about two different well, three different things. Let's talk about sales, marketing, operations. Let's talk about marketing. I kind of refer to marketing as kind of the one to many, the one to many advertising postings, what have you. What, if anything, are you doing from that aspect or from that perspective to uh, create awareness or to get leads, or what's that kind of look like for you?
I'm kind of actually, it's funny you mentioned, I'm kind of revisiting that, um, because during COVID, I really had problems getting employees.
Yeah.
And, I was very selective on what I took as far as new accounts because I want to be able to manage them. So there was a big boom initially with COVID, and I was difficult to find staffing. I mean, even I was up to $20 an hour, and I was still having difficulty with staffing at that point.
Yeah.
Um, so wasn't that point. I wasn't too much into growth, and I had grown enough. I think that I was probably a little too comfortable with it,
Yeah.
and I didn't really market much. And so the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been revisiting that. I'm ready to take on, additional growth because I have staffing in place. I have a good team.